Do you like wrestling? Technical stuff like this? Or even crazy stuff like this? Or even feats of strength like this? Or even crazy moves like this? No. Welcome everybody to another episode of Pookie the Wolf Customs. Today we're doing KrisStatlander, or Kristen Statlander as she was born, the second and current TBS champion in AEW. AEW is the promotion she is signed with now. Her first match was in November 19th, 2019. Originally working as a stunt double, she figured, I can do this wrestling thing. Trained by Creative Pro Wrestling in New York, she'd become the first graduate of the academy. In Creative Pro, she was trained by fellow AEW wrestlers MJF and Max Caster. When starting in AEW, Chris's gimmick was Galaxy's Greatest Alien because of her love of science and space. She is currently in the group BestFriends with members Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, and Orange Cassidy. In 2022, she's dropped the alien gimmick and has thought it was never taken seriously or was too goofy and easygoing. So let's get started. Now for this one I'm using a Stranger Things 11 for the head, and then I'm using a Harley Quinn with a wrestling belt of some sort. I don't understand why they came out with that, but that was the one I was decided on using because it was a lot easier to give her the TBS title with it. But yeah, we're just going to paint the hair black. We're actually going to do two different kinds and two of each, and I'll show you why at the end. So the concept was to just kind of make the hair, and I feel like the hair was not hard, but to get the concept of how she had it, especially at the time that she won the TBS title, it was the difficult part for me, I think. But we're going to try to get that situated. And from there we have a good blue. I feel like it looks a pretty good blue. But painting the whole thing black and then working on the blue parts. I really liked how this hair came out because then it started to take shape of what I was making. And so I really did like the fact of like when I got this situated, I was really like enjoying making it. I felt proud about it as far as like the way it was becoming. I felt like it's a little bit of a greenish that she has, greenish blue, like turquoise. But I felt like this was a really nice look because of the TBS title and all that. That stuff was kind of, you know, simple, but it was just kind of, a lot of the pops I've done, it's the whole blending concept and trying to get it right and make it look natural. With Marble, when I did Marble, the first one I did, that one took a lot of blending to get the hair right. And then on the next part, we're working on getting the outfits done. So what we're doing is, and what I'll show you in a bit, which is the two different outfits. We're doing the the Galaxy's Greatest Alien, and also the More Than a Woman outfit for both of her. They're both going to be KrisStatlander, but each one's going to be a different kind of gimmick that she's done. I enjoy both. I prefer the More Than a Woman one, of course, because it's more dominant. I think just the way Kris has become in this new gimmick of being more than a woman, it's just been like she's just really shown that she can do really anything. I wouldn't be surprised if she, you know, would try to push for intergender matches. I mean, they've done intergender matches with her and Orange Cassidy versus Adam Cole and Britt Baker, and they've done plenty of stuff like that in the past. So it's entirely possible, but I feel like she's like other wrestlers like Rhea Ripley or even Chyna, where she could have no problem having fun, good matches with the male roster. That's just as far as my opinion, is just the way she performs, the way she shows her strength. It's just so much fun to watch, and she's been, you know, just fun, and also the fact that she's part of the Best Friends, and I like all of the Best Friends from that group. If you want to include Danhausen as well, I enjoy him. But I've done a Funko on Danhausen if you want to check that out as well. But yeah, it's been just fun to just watch her and just the best friends just have fun. But now she's changed her gimmick to be more of a competitive, not more serious, but competitive version of her. Because I was doing two different kinds of Chris's, I had to do two different types of outfits. So one is going to be all black, and the other one will be the alien outfit, which would be green and a little bit of pink and purple. And there's parts in there that I'll show you that are a little more difficult to do. There was like decals or what it's called, logos. That was, you know, she had a K and an S on her. That was the hard part to kind of just draw. Although the More Than a Woman logo, I just took as a piece of paper and kind of just glued it to the front of her chest because it was too hard to, you know, get all the detail on that. So just doing a K and an S was a lot easier than just, you know, making this whole full name and making it look legible or like you could read it. It's also super small, so it's like you can get the gist of what she looks like, but I wanted to get it right and kind of make it look legible for one of the ones because the other one's just 2 letters. So, I mean, for a lot of the stuff that I did, it was just kind of overdoing the paint or, you know, doing the same thing over on 2 different types of figures. But for the most part, it was kind of like changing this because the problem being is that with Harley Quinn's skin color was like super like clown white, and I wanted to make it more lively or more like more of a peach. So it's a little difficult. And with the More Than a Woman, it's a 11 head, which I said earlier, but with the Galaxy's Greatest Alien, it was a Mulan head that I had to change as well. So from here you can kind of see both bodies, both outfits. The one on the right will be the More Than a Woman one, and then the one on the left is the Galaxy's Greatest Alien. Both of them will have the TBS title. The thing that really annoyed me, like, it was harder to do the Galaxy's Greatest Alien than the More Than a Woman outfit, just because it was just the little details that she has on the outfit, like the little leg things that you see there in the green. That stuff was kind of difficult to make it fit and make it not look like it was all janky and weird. I think one of them I did real well, and then the other one I kind of just, you know, flubbed on. But the stuff I did, like the detail on everything, was kind of just, it felt perfect. Like when you do stuff like this, it's kind of like the stuff starts to take shape, and you're sort of like, oh, okay, this is how it should look. And this is the hair part of the alien look. I had to get like a couple of you know, coats on there to make it look like it was supposed to be brown. We're also going to change the color of some parts of it, but we wanted to get like a solid base of brown before I moved on to the other stuff. And this is the other detail when we got the hair situated that I had to do, where this is the little highlight in her hair where it's pink and then it ends up going to blue. That connects into her face, which I'll show you the detail on that in a little bit. But that part I also wanted to make glow in the dark, which you'll see in a little bit. But that part was a little hard to make sure there was consistency with the hair, and just making sure, like right here I mess up and have to you know, recolor it brown. But for the most part it comes out pretty nice. And like, again, to have consistency with the 2 hairs looking similar or the same, the pink kept coming through, or the brown kept coming through the pink on the top part, and that part was a little harder to get right. This part is the glow-in-the-dark, I believe, coat. I had to get like a basis for how I was going to do it and have it look like it blended. Like that was the hard part too, blending it together. And I think I gave more room for the blue so that I had more of a area to do the blue in. So what I did was I expanded the pink part, make it more of her head, and then added the blue on later. And I did the same thing with this one. I think that was so that way the pink and the blue, both the glow and just the hair in general, could show off more, because I feel like it wasn't really enough showing when I put it together. So I tried to, this could be just a normal coat, and then I tried to do the glow-in-the-dark coat. Or this could be just a glow-in-the-dark coat, and I just added it right away. Glow-in-the-dark coats are really difficult because you want them to stand out, so what you do is do multiple coats until, what I do is use a black light and just try to look at it and make sure it looks correct. This is the part I mentioned earlier about the detail that has to go into it, into the front chest part, and even the more than a woman concept. I even put her tattoo of like the space and the kind of like a space look on her shoulder. I had to get a lot of detail going on that and just making sure the things looked right as far as how the K and the S are on the alien outfit, and then also her face paint for the alien paint that goes on the side of her face. Which you'll see I do kind of like the half, you know, it's a half kind of look that's supposed to connect to the, it's supposed to connect to the actual like hair, because that's the whole thing. It looks like it's coming through on half of her face. So it's this concept of trying to get the parts right and trying to make it look like it looks natural, because the hair and the face are the two things that are supposed to, not, some of it's symmetry, but the concept of just trying to make it look like it makes sense as far as the face paint connecting into the hair. So then also I'm doing a glow-in-the-dark eye for her one eye that has a contact in it. I'm assuming. This shouldn't be how her actual eyes are. But, yeah, and then I started painting it around the side and just doing the kind of alien look that she had set up. I also did, I mean, in the beginning, it did, like I said, with most of this stuff that I do, you have to do a lot of coats, and I wanted to take away the black lines that I put to give me kind of a basis for where I was putting the paint. So I tried to, you know, do a good job of cutting around the lines and trying to make it look like it has edges to it, and not some black, you know, black lines where you could see where I drew it in at. But I do think it came out really well. As far as the pop itself, I hope it came out well, and you know, it seems like it looks. I'll show you the final result here. So did she like them? Well, hell, I don't know. I should have asked her when I met her. But I hope she did like them. The boxes I wanted to make for the first time, and I kind of effed those up. Maybe I'll make the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta in the future. Maybe I'll even make Orange Cassidy in the future. But I can tell you, if you're watching this in the future, or if you're watching this when it comes out, I am in New York Comic-Con. I am super excited, and I can't wait to show you guys what happens there. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. And, yeah, love you. Bye. EW. So first we start off with the boiling water to get the parts separated. It's easier to get the vinyl to get soft. And go ahead and drop that in. And it's hot. Okay.